Alright, I'm back to do another video. I want to say good morning, good afternoon, good evening, or if it is nighttime where you are, hopefully you're having a good night. I want to thank my subscribers, my new subscribers, my old subscribers. I want to thank the viewers. I want to thank those that are around the world that are watching me. Hopefully I'm reaching out to you. I'd like to reach my hand all over the world as far as I can possibly go. Wherever you are in the world, if it's outside of the United States, let me know where you are. I'd like to know if I'm reaching you. Those that are in the United States, let me know where you are. Drop in, say hi. As you can see, the lighting is different, much different. Um, I'm building. I'm very much building, pretty heavy. So I'm very pleased at what I have at this present moment. Very, very pleased at what I have at this present moment. Um, I'm still waiting on my microphone, a new microphone, and I'm still waiting on a cord for the speaker to go through the soundboard. So hopefully I'll be here tomorrow, and maybe things will be different. It'll change, things are coming along pretty well. So I'm grateful for that. Um, However, I'm grateful for you guys. Without you, there will be no me. And I like to give gratitude where gratitude is due. I'm grateful for those that reach out and leave messages. Grateful for those that like my videos and subscribe. Thank you. I ask that you pass the message on. You never know who this message can help. Each one teach one. We're all here to learn, and we don't ever stop learning. It is energy, and energy does not die. Energy continues on for all of eternity. So, with that being said, I ask that you push that like button to return the energy, and it also helps out my channel with the algorithms. I'm very, very pleased. It's a very humbling experience to see the amount of people that are viewing and also subscribing. I cannot thank you enough. By all of you subscribing is giving me more motivations to come on and do. And as you can see, the lighting, it's where it's at. I mean, I'm really, really enjoying what I'm doing. You know, as long as I can be of service to others and give words of wisdom and some encouragement, I'm happy. Um, if you have any earbuds or earpods, I'm going to be ringing my singing bowl, so you might want to turn your volume down. However, I am going to light some sage. I like sage, but I don't really like sage that much. But I like Palo Santo more, and I like the frankincense. These are mostly the ones that I do like. But sage is okay, but it's just I'm not too keen on it. It's okay, you know. It's all right to use, to clear, but so far as a smell that's really nice, sage is not it. And if you haven't smelt it in a while, and then you leave out your house, you come back in. I mistaked it for marijuana. My best friend was using it, and I was like, I mistaked it for marijuana because it smelled like it, and then it's like, and she's like, no, that's sage. I was like, oh man, but she doesn't smoke, but I just figured maybe it was just coming through the vents or whatever, you know. But yeah. So here we go with the singing bowl. All right. Now, we all know how funny energy can be. And we all know that frequency is a very, very important aspect in your life when it comes to food, when it comes to water, when it comes to things that you use, deodorant, detergent, soap, toothpaste. We know all of these things that deal with frequency and what can lower your frequency. Now, the adversary will also have a way of lowering your frequency. So we must always be mindful, and especially black sheep. You always need to be mindful because the adversary always send people our way to lower our frequency, to get us in a stage of panic, a stage in anger, a stage in resentment, a stage in just fear. And these are things we have to watch out for because we're not far off. What is going to happen is going to happen in your lifetime, my lifetime. It's inevitable. It's coming. I've seen it multiple times in my dreams. I've seen it multiple times in my dream. I can't even count how many times I've seen what's coming. It's not good. So we must be prepared, and especially the black sheep. You cannot get complacent. You cannot be watchful. You cannot you cannot get distracted because we're almost home. We're this close. When it's coming past, things are going to start ramping up, and you gotta put on that body of armor, and you gotta strengthen that armor. So you cannot get complacent. Now, before I moved in with my best friend, right when I got out from Satan's kingdom, and I was And for you all that do not know what Satan Kingdom is, it's the city jail, county jail, prison. These are all Satan's kingdom. Just so you know what I'm trying to say. Um, when I got out of Satan's kingdom, I was staying in a shelter, and I was at this shelter for about a year and a half. And that entire year and a half, well, I would say a year and 2 months, I had no problems. I had no problems, none whatsoever. And I roomed with three people. There was 4 beds in one room. When I first got there, um, there were 4 people inside the room. I mean, 3 people inside the room, sorry. And I got along with everyone. A year went by. Then went into the following year. I haven't too long ago left that place, maybe like in October. I left that place in October. And I may have been there a little bit longer than that. Almost 2 years I was there in the shelter. Almost, not quite. But I left there in October. And the last 6 months I was there, things started to get really, really funny. The first thing I noticed when I first got there was in my lucid dream, I was visited by this woman that had a pair of clippers. And she took the clippers to the back of my head and cut my hair. The very next day, this was like my first night there. I'm going somewhere with this, but just bear with me. That very next morning when I got up to comb my hair, I pulled out a wad of hair from the comb, as if somebody actually cut my hair, but this was in the etheric world. At this point, I really didn't know what was going on until later, like a few months, like 2 months after I was there. And by this time, I got my phone 1 week after I got out. And then I got, 2 months in, my ancestors started showing me things. And I started learning about witchcraft and all this other kind of stuff. And this is not stuff that I look up. The algorithms, and YouTube knows what you look at. And things started being shown to me by my ancestors and source. And I started learning about witchcraft, and then that's when it's like, so that's what that was all about. Then I started learning about voodoo dolls. I already knew about voodoo and all this other kind of stuff, but it's just, when I was watching somebody on YouTube, it just solidified. Well, actually, this was the first video, and it was talking about, and I didn't go looking for it, but my ancestors just, source just brought it to me. And the next thing you know, when I heard voodoo and I heard voodoo doll, and I was like, this is 2 months later after I had my phone, I was like, And this woman cut my hair, and I was like, oh, so that's what that's about. The devil has a way of using things. It can be in this physical realm, in the 3D dimensional realm, and it can be in the etheric realm. If you have all the control here in the 3D realm, physical realm, and you're doing everything you're supposed to do, you can best believe in the etheric realm you're going to get attacked. No matter how much you try, you're going to get attacked in the 3D realm, in the etheric realm. Because if you're doing everything you're supposed to do in the physical realm, you know, you are doing your spiritual work, you know, you're doing your studies, you're being vigilant, you know, you're doing everything possible. You're being you're not being what is the word? You're not being I wouldn't necessarily say being. You're not what's the word I'm trying to say? You're not in sexual morality is what I'm trying to say. And you're being celibate. You know, you're doing everything you're supposed to be doing. The demonic forces, if you want to call them Satan, Lucifer, its minions, whatever you want to call it. If you're doing everything in the 3D realm right, the physical realm, this being will attack you in the etheric realm. Will send you Jezebel spirits, succubus. Will send you mischief. Will send you all kinds of things. All kinds of things. All kinds of evil stuff. Because for sure, if they can attack you in this 3D dimensional realm, they're going to attack you in the etheric world. So, six months until I left, there was a guy sleeping right across from me. And this was the last guy before things started going bad. Satan, the warlocks, witches, and sorcerers, they will use people to manipulate them to bring demonic spirits or demonic entities to you. And these demonic entities are attached to people. I noticed this in the last 6 months that I was there. And there have been 5 to 6 people after this one guy left. He's been there before, and he was pretty cool. He didn't really talk much. He didn't spend much time there, but he was there nevertheless. He was a really young guy. After this guy left, every person that slept in that bed right next to me, they all had a problem with me. Before then, I had no problems. About a year and a half, I had no problems. Going into the last 6 months, that's when the problems start. Every single person after my last 6 months being there, there was a problem. And this person slept. These people slept right across from me. There was always an issue, always something. The demonic forces want to lower your frequency, and they want to get you out of it. One guy he says he was a preacher, Nigerian guy. And the way he acted was so nonchalant. This man would bump into you and wouldn't say excuse me. Or if you almost run into each other, almost bump into each other, no excuse me or nothing. No excuse me, nothing. This man was very, very rude. And this was the last person I had an altercation with, because I said, I have to leave this place. I can't stay here. I cannot stay here because I'm not about to get into an altercation with this man and be right back in Satan's kingdom. So I had to leave. I had to pack my stuff and leave because I couldn't stay there no longer. I was supposed to have been moved with my best friend, but I wanted to stay there a little longer so I could save up some money so I can get all my equipment that I needed for my healing work. But this demon that called himself a preacher, demonic force, demonic entity, literally pushed me out of the shelter. So you have to be careful and not lose face, and not let those that come around you lower your frequency, because there are people out there that will do that, and there are witches, warlocks, and sorcerers that will send people, and also voodoo priests. I'm not going to leave them out as well. They will send dark entities to you. And when I start noticing that pattern, that it was continuously, I knew that. I knew something was wrong. It's just like I sat there when I was in Satan's kingdom, and I would see one person, and I see their character, and I see how they act, and I see their ways and what they're doing and stuff like that. And they're disruptive to the tank. I would command that they would be gone. Within three weeks to a month, somebody else will come in, a different person, same attitude, same demeanor, same, just everything the same. So I knew that spirit was jumping from person to person. I knew this demonic entity was jumping from person to person. See, something about witches and warlocks and voodoo priests and all these other people, they will conjure up demonic entities like a death dealer. And they will send these beings out to you. If you're not protected, they will send these beings out to you to cause mischief, to lower your frequency, to collect a debt, which is you being dead. So we have to be vigilant about everything we do and everywhere we go. We have to be vigilant about the people that surround us. And I'm especially talking to the black sheep. Do not get caught not being vigilant. Keep your eyes on the prize. Keep your eyes on what you're here for. Don't worry about any other distractions, because distractions is only going to lower your frequency, and you do not want that. Distractions are only going to keep you from keeping you where you need to be. So be mindful. Watch everything. Watch everything. Watch people's character. Watch how they move. Watch how they talk. You have the discernment. You have the power of discernment to know if this person is trying to pull a fast one on you or whatever it may be. I'll tell you another instance. In the shelter, when I told this man who I was, and I was the Lion of Judah, he turns around and he starts in on this one man. And I knew this man, something was wrong with him. But this guy who was trying to befriend me, and I knew he was trying to befriend me. I knew it. Because I knew he was an implant. I knew he was a plant. I knew he was there to cause mischief. I knew he was there to take me off of my path. And then he takes this, this man, an older guy, I think he was like 65, maybe 70. But I think he was more like 65, 68, somewhere around there, close to 70. And the man had a sheet and he put it over his head, but he had his phone under the bed, like maybe he thinks somebody's looking at him or looking at what he's doing or whatever on the phone. So the guy that was sleeping across from me, he goes and snatched the sheet off his head. And he said, "Man, such and such." And he's like, "Man, what are you doing?" And then he throws a pair of pants at him, and then the guy throws him, throw him wherever. He goes and gets him again and throw him at him again. So, long story short, before this guy came in, there was a Nigerian came in that befriended me. And when I left this place, it was a Nigerian man, an older guy in his 60s, or maybe 65, close to about 65. But he was a young guy, this other Nigerian guy. So he befriended me. And then he introduced me to this other guy. And he was trying to tell me that this other guy was spiritual and this and that. And I'm like, okay, but I really didn't care for anyone trying to introduce me to someone. If it's meant for me to talk to them, I would talk to them, but I wasn't feeling it, and I can tell that he was not the type of person I wanted to be talking to. So the guy would see me doing Qigong, and he was telling me he liked the way that I carry myself and the way that I do this and do that. So I started telling him things that Spirit has shown me. this time I had my book and everything that I've written, and I still have the book. I just hadn't published it. And the next thing you know, like I was saying, he was making trouble with this older man. And they both were, I guess they were, well, the Nigerian guy wasn't antagonizing the guy. It was the other guy that was antagonizing. And the next thing you know, the man, he wanted to get out of the room. He didn't want to stay in the room anymore. So they prepared another room for him to move into. And but the man said he wanted to stay in the room one more night with us three. So then the next thing you know, they were like, he gotta go, he gotta go, he gotta go. Both of them. The Nigerian guy, he was kind of like, yeah, but the other guy, he was definitely adamant on he had to leave. So they started grabbing this man's stuff and packing up and leaving out. And put his stuff outside at the other house. Next thing you know, the manager comes and says, and it was a Caucasian guy. It's like, the manager came and he says, who put this man's stuff outside? And then the other guy stood up and said, I did it. And then it became a big argument. So then he tried to put me in the middle of it. And he says, he comes to me and talks to me in the beginning like as if he's acknowledging that I'm the head and they're the body. So then if I'm the head and you're the body, why are you moving? Why are you antagonizing this man? If you're following me and you're my sheep, why are you antagonizing this man? So it gets to the point to when he was outside, it became a racist thing. And so he says, man, you ain't no Lion of Judah. You a coward. You this and that. It's like, okay. And quietly, the Nigerian guy was like, yeah, man, you ain't right and you didn't defend them. And he was trying to make it out of a racist thing. But I knew that the Nigerian guy was an implant. And I knew that the other guy was an implant. I started to figure this out. The last 6 months I'm there and I'm seeing what's going on. I'm seeing that these sorcerers and witches and warlocks and voodoo's priests are sending these entities, these death dealers, these beings that are trying to collect the debt. They tried this when I was in Satan's kingdom. But I had no idea this was going on. But they tried it there too as well. So, in one of my dreams, in Satan's kingdom, I heard, in 4 days, you're going to have a massive heart attack. This was literally spoken. I didn't learn that this is what was going on until when I got off after 2 months of having my phone, and then Spirit, my ancestors, showed me these people that were talking on YouTube, and they mentioned witchcraft and voodoo and death spells and sending demonic entities to people, and I didn't really realize that this was going on until 2 months after I'm out, and then I really start seeing why these things were happening, why they were in line. But I stood fast when I was in Satan Kingdom. I stood fast when I was at the shelter, because I know these people were sending these death dealers, these demonic entities to me, calling on these Orishas and all this other kind of stuff, you know, calling on all these other type of lower entities to collect on me as a sacrifice. This is how I figured it out. This is how I knew what was going on. So this is why I'm telling you, black sheep, if you're experiencing this, I'm telling you why you're experiencing it. Because of your light and who you are. This is why you're experiencing it. So if anything is matching up to what I'm saying, leave a message in a comment. Leave a message in my comments and let me know. If you experience something similar to what I am, leave a comment. If you know that you're being attacked, because I'm telling you, if I'm experiencing it, every black sheep is experiencing it. Every black sheep is experiencing it. And I tell you, before I went to Satan's kingdom, that's exactly what Spirit showed me. Spirit sent me a vision of a black sheep. And it was a baby calf. It was a little baby. And it got closer and closer and closer to my vision. And when it got to me, when it got all the way up close, his face got all the way close up to me, the last thing I seen was his eyes. So I'm telling you, whatever I'm going through, you're going through it as well. But I just want you to leave in the comments that these things, that you recognize that these things are happening to you. Because you're not crazy. These things are happening to you. We're all born in a family of snakes. It's just what it is. It's just the logistics. You know, we're all, there's reptiles all around us. And it doesn't matter if it's family, doesn't matter if it's friends, doesn't matter if it's acquaintances, doesn't matter if it's co-workers. It doesn't matter who it is. Doesn't matter if it's a boss. Doesn't matter. Doesn't matter if it's a twin flame, wife, husband. Doesn't matter. There's reptiles all around us. Because why? Because of who we are. Because we carry the light. That's what we do. And moths are attracted to light. I don't know if you ever heard of dragon moth. I don't know if you ever heard of that, a dragon moth. Well, we attract darkness. Light attract darkness. We take on everyone's problems. You know, We're empaths. We feel what others feel. Stay vigilant and don't lose face. And have faith. And I said, don't lose face, but have faith. Confirmation. I want to thank you guys for listening. I hope I have given some words of wisdom. I hope you understand. I hope you understand the story that I've told you about me and what I've been through and what I've seen. I hope you understand that. And I hope you get some type of understanding understanding that every black sheep is going through the exact same thing. No matter what we do, where we go, we're always going to be attacked. Period. Period. That's just the bottom line. That's just the logistics of it. Because we were put here for that. We hold the light. So, I'll say this again. Like, subscribe, and share. Each one teach one. Pass the message on. Don't be greedy. This message may help someone, may give them an understanding of what they're going through and why these things are happening. So be of service and pass the message on. I ask that you press the like button to help me with my algorithms, but not only that, to return the energy. Doesn't take much just to press the button, just to like the video. But I appreciate everyone that's watching here in the United States and all around the world. I'm very, very grateful. Without you, there would not be me. Without you, I would not be doing what I'm doing right now. So, and I take what I'm doing very, very seriously. Very serious. So, I will see you next time. I'm going to say, if I'm missing for a couple days or a week or so, it's probably because I don't have any messages or any content. But I ask that you please, if you are subscribed to me, please do not unsubscribe. Just be patient. So, thank you for listening. Ancestor of the Carrion race and Lyran race. Out.